Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of the Blackbird Grimoire. Welcome to the daily forecast for Sunday, April 14th, 2024. A very happy day of the sun to you. And before we get started, I want to take a moment to recognize that the husband unit has cobbled together the laptop. It gave me a bit of a scare earlier this week. There's an issue with the monitor and the rest of the computer staying attached. And right now, I think it's staying together because my husband intimidated it. There's some duct tape and prayer. So I'm having to treat the laptop very, very gingerly. I'm not even lifting it up. Right now I'm sitting on the floor doing all of these videos and any live streams until such time as the laptop is completely repaired or replaced. But yeah, 3 cheers for the husband unit for intimidating the laptop into working. But that's really just it, and thank you for bearing with me because this is, a little odd at the moment. But in other news, we are still in Aries season. We are in the Celtic tree month of Alder. We've got that Mercury retrograde in Aries, and of course, we have a waxing moon. Our astrology for the day, the sun is in Aries, cardinal fire representing courage. The moon is in first quarter Cancer, a cardinal water sign representing sensitivity. Mercury is still retrograding in Aries, a cardinal fire sign representing fiery tempers. And by now, I think we have either had moments of that, or we have seen other people exhibiting that, or just a general aura of people are just about done with other people's nonsense. So I'm sure you have been observing that in your own sphere as well. Venus is in Aries, cardinal fire sign representing being impulsive. Mars is in Pisces, mutable water representing curiosity. Jupiter is in Taurus, fixed earth sign representing practicality. Saturn is in Pisces, immutable water sign representing nostalgia. Uranus is in Taurus, a fixed earth sign representing renovation. Neptune is in Pisces, a mutable water sign representing imagination. Pluto is in Aquarius, a fixed air sign representing reformation. And let's not forget our Mercury retrograde mantra: rethink, revise, redo. We've just got to hang on a little bit longer. For the waxing crescent moon, think creativity, forming plans of actions, and upping your communication game, which granted during the Mercury retrograde is rather difficult, but all you can do is try and work at it. During the Cancer moon, some of your do's are stock up your pantry, focus on relationships, process your emotions. Some things to avoid is undue publicity, tasks that require, very strict objectivity, but also don't go to the other end of the scale and indulge in hyper emotionalism. Just, try to keep it on a little bit more of an even keel. Now, as this is the day of the sun, consider allowing the Aries energy to just flood into you and rejuvenate your spirit. This is a very active time of the year and everything is just beginning. So consume as much of that Aries energy as you possibly can, because as impulsive and rash and headstrong as Aries can be, it is also extremely energetic, and you're going to need that as much as you can possibly get. And of course, this process of taking that energy in will be aided by the waxing moon, because the waxing is expanding and that is dragging everything into us. So our tarot card of the day is the Stag, representing the sovereignty of the land. When this card appears, some things we might wish to cultivate is a sense of personal responsibility, becoming more diligent in everything that we do, and trying to align ourselves with wisdom. And of course, the challenge for doing all this will be exercising proper judgment, which is very difficult because, for a couple generations now, I know it was certainly beginning when I was young, the concept of judgment or exercising discernment, things of that nature, has been represented as being a wholly bad thing, and something for people to avoid doing because you made them a bad person. I think we have seen the fruitage of that, of people abandoning all sense of judgment. So learning not to go to the other extreme, becoming entirely too critical, and just trying to see things as they are, and judging things properly as they actually are in accordance with with genuine principles, that is a huge challenge for us, but it is one worth taking on because that's one of the building blocks to success. Next up, our Celtic Triad for today reads three chief attributes of a person likely to do wrong: an angry countenance, an arrogant spirit, an insatiable covetousness. So the angry countenance, or someone who has very angry face, that's just the face they give to the world. You can even see this in someone's deportment, the way they carry themselves can just it can just radiate hostility in general. And the people who are driven by fury, they're not going to be wise. They're not going to exercise justice. They're not going to be someone upon whom you can rely because they're being driven by emotion. That arrogant spirit, the know-it-alls of this world, they will be resistant to learning and humility and the possibility that they could possibly be wrong about anything. And of course, that leads people into error very quickly. And then insatiable covetousness, the envy and the bottomless desire for more, or if you can't have it, you want to deprive it of someone else. That just leads to all manner of evil. And for that, I give you the history of all of the socialist and communist and other collectivist forms of governance during the 20th century. Look at the death toll from those regimes, and because all of those regimes were essentially driven by insatiable covetousness. And then, tell me again that those ideologies are not just inherently evil, because they are. Just, if you want to know if something is good or bad, look at outcomes. So today's magical intention is intelligence. For this, we have the color amber, the plant spindle tree, the animal cougar, and the stone tiger's eye. So are you making good use of your mind? I mean, our brains are more than echo chamber prevention. Not that you could tell that by the way some people behave, but nevertheless, if you know enough to know better, then you know enough to do better and to make greater use of your intelligence. And of course, the brain, you can treat it like a muscle. You have to exercise it. You have to challenge it. You have to give your brain cells something to do in order to get greater benefit out of your intelligence. So adding a little bit of a magical push in that direction can be helpful if that's what you're needing at this time. So for our daily practices, considering cleansing your home's energy, I think more and more that this should just become part of a person's weekly cleaning routine. Whatever your cleaning day is, go ahead and cleanse your home's energy all at the same time. Because it is Sunday, it is a good moment to honor solar deities in general, or the one that you are most aligned with. You could do some magical meal planning. As I've gone into in other videos, every ingredient, everything that exists has its magical properties. So learning that what they are and using those with intention, even if you are not a practitioner of the craft, you can still at least passively use that energy to build up your household. So give it a try, see what you think. Put away your winter clothes if appropriate. I know depending upon where you are living on the continent, you might still be in winter, you might be halfway to summer, but whatever it is, if it is time to put away the heavier clothes, go ahead and do that. It makes your house feel so much lighter. And of course, get creative, do something artistic. So our fate for today are the Lar Familiaris, which essentially are the household gods or the household spirits, as the Romans would have called them. And our journal prompt for today is: how do you treat the guardian of your house and your family? Just because we can't necessarily see these beings with our eyes does not mean that they are any the less real or any of the less entitled to courtesy and respect and appreciation for what they do. So pondering on that a little bit, might be quite beneficial today. And that is what I have for you. Of course, there will be another daily forecast tomorrow, so be sure to come back for that. In the meantime, let me know any thoughts that sparked you during this particular broadcast, and I'll get back with you, or you can email me at brigantiablackbird@protonmail.com, and we can chat there. But that'll do it for now, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.